This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Friday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, Sirius XM Channel 158. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin.
Heyo.
The morning of round 2 of the Masters.
That's right.
At Augusta. Tradition unlike any other, where we will follow the tournament all morning long. It was fascinating yesterday to follow this with the conditions worsening for the golfers as the day went on. And by worsening, I mean not weather, just impossible to stop the golf ball on some of these holes, including those par 5s on the back 9 late in the day yesterday. Sam Burns and Rory McIlroy are co-leaders after round 1. We'll update the scoreboard here momentarily. On the show today, it is a Friday, so you know what that means. Fezzik Friday. Stevie Fezzik, later on the show, everything that's on his mind. He's sort of petitioning, or sort of lobbying, for his segment to be called Scripted with Steve Fezzik, as opposed to Unscripted with the Crackman. I don't know why he wants that to be his thing.
Oh, I just thought he was playing into the joke when he texts us. You think that's more of like a hint, Kelly, get me an open mate or something?
Listen, there's Wishnev Wednesdays, there's Fezzik Fridays. Fezzik Fridays is where it'll stand. He'll be here, Steve will. Chris Felica will join us. He's got NFL draft thoughts. He's got horse racing plays today.
I don't even know what else this man has.
This man has stuff. He's got golf. I think some of the golfers will not have teed off by the time he gets on, so he's got some thoughts on some round 2 plays at Augusta today. Paul Carr, the triumphant return of Paul Carr. What have you done with him? What did you do with him? You threw him to exile.
Well, okay, whoa. First of all, it was an international break for like a week or two, and then I forgot at the beginning of this week the Champions League return.
So there you go. That's
but
the answer
Premier League, we've got Paul Carr back.
Then I forgot the Champions League. That's right. That answers the question. What have you done with him? We will talk to Paul Carr here. We'll do some NFL draft stuff, some more over-under and draft positions as we approach. We're less than 2 weeks away. It's so hard to wrap your head around that after March Madness right into the Masters. Usually it's 3 weeks away. It's not. We're 13 days away from the first round of the NFL draft, so we'll discuss that as well. Sam Burns, Rory McIlroy, first-round leaders, 5 under. Here's some trends, by the way. Justin Ray does such a great job on Twitter at Justin Ray Golf just through the years of providing all kinds of great golf information. But he has some sort of post-first round, entering second round trends that he wants to discuss. Before we do that, Kelly, though, you have a couple of head-to-heads. Let's get those out in case these guys are about to start.
Yes, I do. Really didn't think I was going to have any kind of shout-out to Boomer Sportsbook, actually. I was looking through the ones that got posted last night.
Shout out Boomers.
Didn't see a bunch that jumped out to me. Well, this is the good and the bad. The bad of Boomers is I do not like when you do 3-way matchups beforehand, where you have the tie that comes into play. I don't want to play those. I want to play the 2-way ones. But once we get into the tournament, they just go to the 2-way ones. So thanks Boomers. Jake Knapp over Akshay Bhatia. I'm going back to Knapp. Akshay had a very, very, very good putting performance yesterday. I do not know that he's going to be able to replicate that. And Cameron Young, minus 105 over Bryson DeChambeau. Wasn't the best round for Cameron Young yesterday, but bounced back on the back 9. And oh boy, Bryson, this is...
wasn't the best round for Bryson either.
I think the wheels are falling off for Bryson, and the approach game has not been strong for him here. Right? Traditionally, it was not good yesterday, and like you said, Gil, this is... you'll hear these cheesy phrases all the time. It's like chipping onto an ice rink or chipping onto a glass table. That's really what it was yesterday. I mean, like you said, watching at the end, those last couple hours... Scheffler and Woodland flying those par 5s.
Couldn't score on the par 5s.
Nothing you can do when you can't land the ball on the dang green. So just a warning, around the green play. That's going to become more and more and more important here.
Well, what you're saying, what we're talking about here is kind of, to me, the most interesting part about this tournament. Because right now, obviously, the scores are severely muted because there just has been no weather. The scores, the course is playing as it is. It's really hard to stop the golf ball on so many of these holes where you need to. And I wonder, heading into the weekend, like let's say, so we have we'll update the scores here momentarily, but just know that the only person who's really playing, well, we have a couple others. Fred Couples is 1 under for the morning. Sungjae Im is 1 under for the morning through 9. Wyndham Clark is the only person who's other than that in minus numbers. He is 3 under. Oh, Aaron Rye is also 1 under through 3. Wyndham Clark is 3 under through 7. Everybody else, and it's a good number of guys, double digits for sure, into the 20s almost. Yeah, into the 20s. Even or over par already for the morning. And so right now you really do wonder what is going to be the score heading into the weekend. And at that point, Kelly, the question for me is, will the folks at Augusta decide to do something with the course?
Yeah.
You can't speed up a golf course, but you can sure slow it down by sprinkling through. Mm-hmm. And so I really do wonder if they make a choice. If today goes as it appears it's going to go, meaning really difficult, I wonder if they're going to make a choice to say, you know what, we don't want to be the U.S. Open. Let's make this a little bit easier. I don't prefer that. I hope they don't, but could be.
I think they will. No, you are absolutely right. I think that is the question. Because this is, you kind of, like, who are the winners from yesterday? Rory McIlroy, Sam Burns, and Augusta National, right? Like, this is, I kind of hate being that guy talking about the golf course whooping someone's ass, but like, it was, you're watching all day yesterday. You're watching the best of the best not be able to do anything out there. So
yeah.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be brutal again today. And then they maybe reassess things heading into the weekend. But even still, Gil, like, there's only so much they can do. And the Masters kind of has traditional pin positions, too, that they don't mess with.
They do have that.
So, like, at other tournaments, you'll see them put it in easier pin positions. I don't think we're going to get that. The Masters, could they turn on the sprinklers a little bit? I guess we could see that. But I have a feeling Augusta would like to not do any of that if possible.
If possible. Again, the scoreboard right again. Sam Burns, Rory McIlroy, 5 under, 67s yesterday, co-lead. They just kind of put the number out there and no one could catch it later. Wyndham Clark, 3 under through 7, as I mentioned so far today. That means he is 2 back at 3 under for the tournament. All the other folks who are at 3 under have yet to tee off. Kurt Kitayama, Jason Day, Patrick Reed, who all had good rounds yesterday. And I really look at the guys at 2 under, Xander Schauffele, Justin Rose, Scotty Scheffler, none of whom have teed off yet today. I look at their rounds yesterday, and I think it was pretty darn good what they were able to do to keep it that way. Shane Lowry also at 2 under. Aaron Rye with his 1 under this morning through 3 is also now at 2 under. That's the scoreboard. Low debutant right now is Jacob Bridgman, who is 4 back at 1 under. He's even through 3 today. Gotterup is at even par, though, just 1 stroke behind him for the debutant market. Marco Penge did not have quite the round yesterday. He was 4 over. There were so many big names had terrible. I mean, the other headline yesterday was just DeChambeau 4 over. Cantlay 5 over. Rahm, the big one, 6 over. Remember, we had Dave Tyndall on, and his formula came to Rahm. Yeah, not so much.
I mean, Minwoo Lee, 7 over.
6 over yesterday, 1 over already this morning through 4 for 7 over for the tournament.
Rufus popping champagne.
Rufus got that much, right?
Bobby Mack falling apart yesterday. Did you see this morning, the news this morning? Apparently, he got a slap on the wrist because apparently
he flipped off the hole.
He flipped the bird at a hole, which I don't that's just kind of funny.
Whenever you can flip the bird at an inanimate object, you got to do it.
Just don't like. Maybe I'll do this later, but these massive swing from the Waste Management Phoenix Open to the Masters, we're like, the guy's having a terrible day. We're really gonna get him in trouble for giving the middle finger to a hole, not a person.
Yeah.
He didn't insult a person or anything. He did to a piece of land.
I was looking at how we did that mock Splash Sports draft, 6 guys each. I think like 4 of my 6 are not going to make the cut. That's how bad my draft was.
It's look, man, like, we'll be real about it. I'm chasing placement markets at this point. I mean, with how hard this course played yesterday and the names that are at the top.
Yeah.
I think my outright card's dead. I'm beating myself up a little bit. I said it all week. If Rory continued to drift, I'd get in, never got in on him.
This is why I just, again, this is always my thing with golf outrights. I know the Masters is a little different because the numbers are up all winter long. It's, I either have none or I have 1 or 2 tops. Just because I see those scenarios, right, where that happens with outrights. By the way, here's the Justin Ray stuff. Masters champions, 18 of the last 20 were in the top 10 after round 1. So that would limit it this year to Burns, McIlroy, Kitayama, Day, Reed, Lowry, Schauffele, Rose, and Scheffler. There's your list.
That's the list.
79 of 89 all-time were within 5 after round 1. 78 of 89 were in the top 15 after round 1. 20 straight shot par or better in round 1. Again, this is not a catch-up golf course. It's also not a mustard golf course. It is not a catch-up, catch-up, you have to say that clearly, catch-up golf course. Covers added these two. 11 of the last 12 Masters winners were in the top 11 after the first round, like how they did that. And then each of the last 12 Masters winners was ranked in the top 25 in the world rankings. So the only names left standing for those two categories, McIlroy, Scheffler, Schauffele, and Jason Day. Yeah.
Betting against Day today. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up those putting numbers. I think I thought the best future bet, updated future bet out there, I thought was a top 5 on Xander Schauffele. I don't think he's going away. I liked him before the tournament. Gil, this is from the outright perspective, right? It feels very much. I know it's one round. Feels very much like it is Rory, Scotty, Xander, and we are in for a hell of a weekend of these guys battling a tough golf course.
I bet Scotty again low round today. Bet him yesterday low round. I bet him and Goddard up low round yesterday. I bet him, Scotty alone, low round today.
What was the number on that today?
14-1.
So, okay, all right.
Yeah, like 14-1.
I like it.
I feel like I have to say this after a whole master segment. I feel like I have to say, that's what's going on at Augusta.
Dude, how good was that? So good.
Rory McIlroy, 5 under. Shout out to Chris Vernon from the Chris Vernon Show, who's been a guest on this podcast, who has gone all ham, apparently, since we last talked to him.
Buddha's man filled me in on this. I didn't know he'd been doing it for years now, apparently.
That's what's going on at Augusta. All right, we'll come back. NBA getting interesting. 2 more days of the NBA. 15 games today, 15 games on Sunday. That's it. Then the play-ins. We'll come back. We'll talk about that next.
Get VSiN Pro for just $9.99 for your first 30 days and start betting with the edge serious bettors rely on every day. Access expert picks, real-time odds, and actionable insights across every major sport. Plus, get player prop projections powered by Opta AI, daily picks delivered straight to your inbox, and betting guides for every major sporting event. Visit VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, round 2 of the Masters, in-play wagering, updates, and how to bet moving forward. Jeff Sherman from the Westgate. Also 2 days left of the NBA season. Chad Andrus in town, our friend in Denver. We'll talk Denver Nuggets and also the Frozen Four down the street. Matt Vasgersian hops on the program to talk MLB, and Mark Schofield covers the NFL Draft. Follow the Money, 4 to 7 Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, SiriusXM Channel 158.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
If you want to bet smarter, and I know you do, start with Smarter Insights. Right now, you can check out Masters Round 1 recap and Round 2 best bets. Check those out. Greg Peterson's MLB best bets on the website as well. The Daily Racing Forum has updated Kentucky Derby watch lists and latest odds. All of that at VSiN.com. Later today, Zach Cohen's NBA best bets and Masters Round 2 recap and Round 3 best bets as we head into the weekend. Get VSiN Pro for as little as $9.99 for your first 30 days or save 50% off with an annual subscription. Find all of our subscription options at vsin.com/subscribe. We get tweets. Speed of the book. Always appreciate the feedback. Guess I'm going to Ron Burgundy through some of these here. Oh, by the way, can we shout out Randy McKay as well from yesterday?
Yeah, Randy.
Randy McKay rolled on in here. I see folks giving him a shout on Twitter. Randy McKay rolled on in here. Randy McKay, who has won double-digit amount of vehicles, let alone all his cash winnings throughout the years in Vegas. Rolled in here in the middle of the show yesterday. He's like, Denver, plus 110 or better. Or plus 110 or better in the Frozen Four yesterday against Michigan. What a hockey game. Michigan took a lead late. Denver tied it up with just a few minutes left in regulation. They went to not only one overtime, but to two overtimes. Denver, patient style of hockey, put the biscuit in the basket, and the Pioneers are headed to the finals. Thank you, Randy McKay, on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fun.
Yeah.
Dan, did you actually stay up to the end of that game, man? I went to bed like in the first overtime. I wasn't waiting for that. Yeah, Danny stayed up for the whole thing. Had to be.
Me and Danny, I did too.
4 o'clock.
We were texting back and forth on it.
Switched over to NBA.
Warrior 013 Matt. I gave my cat the bird at 2 a.m. for smacking me on the face. I'd be suspended at Augusta.
Yep, better watch out.
When cats do that, man, they smack you like that. Ryan Hyatt. I say, Gil, keep a close eye on that there Homer fella. He's threatening to be on the leaderboard for all to see. Oh, believe me, Ryan, Hootie is watching from above. Darren Frazier, me at 9 p.m. last night holding a parlay with the Padres, minus 2.5 runs and over 8.5 runs total. I freaking hate betting baseball. Me at 10:45 p.m. after Bogart's walk-off slam to cover and cash my ticket. I freaking love betting baseball. Happy Friday, boys. In case you missed that, Xander Bogart's walk-off grand slam for the Padres yesterday. They end up winning 7-3, and all of those cash for Darren Frazier.
2.5 back of the Dodgers yet?
Not quite yet. Actually, I think it might be.
It was 3 the other day.
By the way, I'm sorry, Danny, to do this, but since Kelly brings this up, this is why the March, April versus the April markets, I know we're going to show this later too, but since you bring this up, they're completely different, right? Mm-hmm. So March, April, which is the one I bet the Reds in. Reds lose yesterday again. March, April, Dodgers still sitting there at 9 wins, 9-3. Then there's a slew of teams, including our Reds, with 8 wins, 8-4 and 8-5. You see Yankees, Brewers, 8-4, Braves, Marlins, Guardians, Reds now at 8-5. And if you go now not listed here in the March, April, there is no sign of the Padres or the Twins at the top. Now look at the April market.
Oh,
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Watch this. Bang.
Wow.
Padres, Twins atop the April market. Padres are 6-2. Twins are 6-3. They lead that market. So again,
what's the Twins? Danny, I think you have odds for this, right? What's the Twins' updated number? They got to be the most phony one up there, right?
It's pretty phony baloney, yeah. But you know,
Padres, Dodgers, Guardians,
all
Pirates.
Of this, I mean, all of this. Here's your updated April. These are at DraftKings. Dodgers still the favorite, as they should be. Our Reds are 17-1, but the Braves and Yankees follow the Dodgers, along with the Brewers, Pirates, and Mets before you get to the Reds.
Right, because this is back to the DraftKings, so this is March and April.
This is March and April, correct.
I was like, where's the Twins?
You know what's interesting? I don't remember us doing 2 side-by-side boards of this last year. I must have just bet the April last year. I think we just
picked one. Yeah, I think we just picked one.
That's how it is. You said you wanted to follow up on a couple golfers?
Yeah, just a couple quick other thoughts near the top of the board. I do think we just went over that trend, 18 the last 20, with top 10 after the first day. Tough golf course, names at the top. I did a terribly boring guest spot on primetime last night because it's just like, I think it's going to be one of these big names that wins. Like there's
Kelly Bidlin.
There's not like a bet to be made from the outright market right now to be like, I've been saying all week I was hoping for one of these guys to drift. Well, I missed out on Scotty, I missed out on Rory, and I doubt I'm getting another chance there. Maybe Xander, but I'm not.
Yeah, Scotty 3 back pre-flop round 2 to win the tournament is now north of $3.
Right.
He got shorter.
Yeah. And like Xander, I like Xander, but like with those guys ahead of him, it's hard. Like I would just look top 5, top 10. Just we're saying Patrick Reed, Justin Rose. We laughed about it earlier in the week. I'm not betting against these guys. It is just incredible how they come here year after year and continues to put up these results.
Make a mockery of your models.
And then it statistically doesn't even make any sense. Like Patrick Reed, I should be loading up against today. Like he had an amazing putting round. Other than that, not much. And we always talk about putting regressing. But man, he's got these greens figured out a little bit. So I'm not running to do that. One name that I do think you could look at in some matchups and stuff today, Shane Lowry, and then the guy that I hate the most, that of course Masters coverage could not end without him in a bush talking to his caddy about stuff, Jordan Spieth. If we're talking about conditions getting tough and having to grind out around the greens, Shane Lowry has stellar approach play. We've seen him win in tough conditions before. Usually we're talking rain and wind, but still this is a tough golf course. He plays well on tough golf courses. And then if it's around the green game, like you can't rule out Jordan Spieth. And he rated out very highly for me, so I just wanted to mention those two.
I hate myself for doing the Chris Vernon thing, because now in my head, the entire time you're talking, that's all that's going on in my head. I don't know how to get rid of it now.
Oh, I watched the video like 3 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're going to play. If you guys haven't seen it, we're going to play for you later.
Yeah, we're going to play it for you. Yeah. You won't have to hear me doing it anymore. So the NBA, I mentioned this. There are 2 games. Everybody in the NBA, 82-game schedule, right? Everybody has played exactly 80 games now. This is the only time during the NBA season, right? They're always a different number of games played until you get to 80, 81, and 82. That's how they schedule it here at the end, because they want to do that NFL Week 17 thing where like, okay, we don't want to find out what that result is when we're playing based on seeding. This is in theory, right?
Right, yeah.
Of course,
fair rest,
of course we've spent
stuff,
2 months tanking, so it's kind of ridiculous. But 15 games tonight, everybody gets to 81 games, and then 15 games on Sunday, everybody gets to 82 games, and then we're into the play-ins. Is there anything on tonight's schedule that leads you to a bet?
Okay, there is. It's like you said, we've got everybody in action tonight. I do have one that I've made small. I'm going to roll through a few games here because I think there are some important notes if you're getting involved, things you need to be aware of. The first one I'm going to jump to is the game I bet, though. Thunder at the Nuggets. Thunder have locked up the number 1 seed. Nuggets are going to be battling here these last couple games to stay in that 3 seed, Gil.
They're 52-28. They have a 1-game lead over both the Lakers and Rockets, who are 51-29.
Yep. So that is very important for them to stay in that 3 seed to get some W's here. You have the Thunder locked into 1. They are resting basically everybody of importance tonight in this game. They will be out. Now, I made a small bet on the team total over for the Denver Nuggets. We've seen this offense really clicking here in the past couple weeks. That's where I went. I will be adding to that as soon as I get official clearance that Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray are going. I'm assuming this is Nuggets just kind of playing injury report games this morning, but both of those guys as well as Aaron Gordon listed as questionable, so something to just keep your eye on. I think the only other bet I'm going to make then is just the going right back to Cooper Flagg over points, but I'm waiting for all the books to post these things. I did not see the one that I wanted this morning.
Real quick, the Nuggets motivational thing that you're talking about, it really is. It's a choice of, do we want to, 4 seed I get, right? You host the 5 seed, whether that, that'll probably be, whether that's the Rockets or if you're the 4 seed, you end up playing the Thunder in the second round. If you're the 3 seed, which you're saying they really want to be, you're still hosting the T-Wolves in the first round and then traveling to San Antonio. Is that really a better situation? I don't know.
I mean, right now with Anthony Edwards not on the court, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Still.
Now, is he going to come back possibly?
Right.
Yeah. I just think but I think it's what you and I talk about all the time. Like, that's should you really be thinking beyond the first round?
Probably not.
Yeah, I guess that's where that's kind of where I land on this thing. So, I mean, look, if you could figure out how to play the Lakers for sure, that's what you would want to do. But that's
I feel compelled to say again, we care about seeding probably more than some of these teams do. Some of them will be accurate here in saying seeding motivations.
Right.
But there's obviously going to be 1 or 2 of these that we will think about where they're not thinking at all about it.
I'll list through a bunch now, right, Gil? But I just mentioned the one bet that I made. I'm not betting all of these, and even all these people racing to make bets on Knicks Celtics last night. I was kind of just like, huh?
Yeah.
I don't really get it. Okay, let's start real quick. Heat Wizards tonight. This is a gross game, man. I'm monitoring injuries here, but the Heat are locked into the play. They have nothing to play for. The Wizards are locked in at the top of the tanking rankings. This is 18
they can win.
points. They can win.
Yeah.
This is 18 points. I might even look at the gross-ass dog in this game. The Miami Heat defense has been absolutely terrible recently.
Wow. Gross-ass dog.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Pistons, Hornets. Pistons, 1 seed locked. Hornets can still get out of the play-in. Not sure Detroit's going to be resting anybody, though. We see them with working Cade Cunningham back in the other day. And I'll get to a bunch of these other later. I'm not running to bet the Hornets. Just want to go through some of these scenarios.
Hornets care if they're 8 or 9 heading into the play-in? No.
You want to be 8.
You want to be 8?
Because you
get 2 shots
win.
at it.
Yeah.
Time. There's nothing more valuable. It's what drives everyone to make the most of every moment. We celebrate living large in the now. In a city where time disappears, we create experiences that electrify the soul and memories that will last forever. We go big, we go all night, and here, everyone is invited. So get loose and get loud.
This is Circa. You'll have the time of your life.
Laptop or phone, couch or sportsbook, VSiN goes where you go. Wherever you watch VSiN, the experience stays seamless. Live shows, replays, and sports-specific clips all at your fingertips. VSiN Watch puts you in the driver's seat. Available in Roku, Samsung, Amazon, iOS, Android, app stores, or get it direct from the source at VSiN.com. Download VSiN Watch today on your favorite app store and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Back on the numbers game live from Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin. We were just having a little debate here. It's not a debate. That is exactly how we referred to it. We're talking about the Chris Vernon. Just give you an insight as to how we have stream of consciousness talks. We're talking about the Chris Vernon Masters thing. They had a great comeback for Kiefer, right?
Who the hell is Johnny Kiefer?
Who the hell is Johnny Kiefer?
I must be smoking on some reefer.
To which I said, that's how we referred to weed as when we were kids. To which you said, that's not an East Coast thing, because I said maybe it's an East Coast thing. You said that's a 50s
That's
thing.
a 50s thing.
No, that's how we called weed is just when I was an adult.
You don't remember?
On the West
You don't
Coast.
remember the hit 1936 film Reefer Madness?
I do not. I've heard of it. By the way, last thought on what we were talking about before, because it was awkward at the end there. I was thinking about not the Hornets. Obviously, the Hornets would want to get to the 7-8 from where they are, right?
Yes.
And they're 5.5 point favorites today against the Pistons, who have nothing to play for because they secured the number 1 seed. What I was actually thinking about was, do they really think they can get to the 6th seed? And maybe they do, maybe they don't. They're still more incentivized to play that game than the Pistons are, because they have a shot at getting to the 6th seed.
They have a shot at getting to the 5 seed.
Yes. So, and that is the playoffs, not the play-in.
Right.
My thinking is, do they really think they can? And then obviously they want to win basketball games either way. Let the chips fall where they may.
But because of where they're currently at, absolutely they want to win as much as they can, because every spot they go up is better.
Is better. 5 and 6, better than 7 and 8.
5 or 6,
better
you're
than
in.
9 and 10.
7, you're hosting the play-in game against 8, and even if you're 8, you just got to win the one game and then you're in.
That's right. You want to play one game, not 2. 9 and 10, you got to play 2.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you lose right off the bat, then you're donezo. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back from exile. Paul Carr joins us courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. Follow him on Twitter at Paul Carr, C-A-R-R. I have no idea why he was placed in exile until earlier on the show. Then we found out that Kelly forgot about the Champions League. Paul,
hey, Paul.
What do you have to say about you? What do you have to say about this guy right here?
I mean, I got all my Champions League bets right this week. I'm sorry you guys missed them all.
Of course.
It was a clean sweep.
I heard round robins were involved, parlays of multiple kinds. It was a really rare week for Paul, too. Just how he never bets.
Never bets.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
sorry about that, guys.
I didn't give out a tennis bet on the show today because it already started. My only tennis bet had started before the show. Sorana Cirstea plus 210, big dog against Mira Andreeva. They're on serve in the first set. So if anybody wanted to jump in on that was going well. That's why we didn't give it out at the beginning of the show. All right, back to the soccer. Paul, before we get to all of your plays here, let's talk about some macro stuff here in the Prem. First of all, Arsenal kind of wrapped this up already, basically?
Probably. I mean, they're minus 1,400 or something to win the title. We'll know for sure next week. They play Man City next week. Is at Man City. Man City is currently 9 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. So, if City wins that game against Arsenal, wins the game in hand, they're 3 points back. That's a lot of ifs. So, but yeah, I don't think there's a play to make on City or anything. I'm kind of writing my doomed future out on them. But yeah, Arsenal looks like they'll have it in hand, but they've lost a couple other cups. They had a shot at 4 trophies, and now they're down to 2 of them. So we'll see if they hang on. If they gack this, it will be an all-timer, both just in terms of, just the math of it all, but also it's just Arsenal. They haven't won a league title in over 20 years, and it would just be the most Arsenal thing ever.
Right now, Champions League standings look pretty solidified. Top 4, right? Arsenal, or are we top 5 now? What are we, still top 4?
Yeah, they clinched the top. Yeah, it's normally 4, but they clinched the extra berth for doing well in Europe, so it's definitively top 5. So it's basically Liverpool or Chelsea.
That's right.
For that last spot. And Liverpool is I think they're minus 250 or so, which is about right. Chelsea's a disaster right now, as we'll get to.
Yes, as we will get to. Okay, and then relegation. For some reason, that always the most interesting thing of all this, right? Something that we in American sports can only sort of fantasize about. Explain.
I mean, the bottom 3 teams are getting sent down to the second division, which costs them hundreds of millions of dollars potentially.
Jeez.
And this could be the story of the season. Tottenham is 1 point out of the relegation zone right now. Tottenham has not been relegated in my lifetime since 1977. So and they're a mess. They just changed managers again. They're on their third manager of the season. They literally have not won a league game this calendar year. So, I mean, if you want some fun for the rest of the season, I think they're like plus 160 to go down, which I think is a decent price. I'm not going nuts on it.
Wow.
But if you want, again, you want some entertainment over the last 7 games, that's the play to me.
Last 7 games, as you said, Tottenham is in 17th place out of 20. Again, only 18, 19, and 20 go down. Tottenham's got 30 points. West Ham has 29. Burnley, so yeah, that's really it. It's between Tottenham and West Ham because Burnley and Wolverhampton, they're done. Wow. West Ham, that's the Irons?
West Ham's the Irons, yeah.
Oh, you're showing off, Gil.
Well, no, it's Olivia Dean. That's Olivia Dean's favorite team. That's all I know. Irons. She keeps shouting that. Okay, to the 3-pack of plays in the Prem. What do you have tomorrow?
All right, we'll start with Arsenal. Trying to just wrap up that title as soon as they can. Arsenal-Bournemouth. I'm going both teams to score here at minus 120. Arsenal's at home. They've scored in all but one home game this season, so you'd think that part's a lock. Now, you get a decent price on this because Arsenal does have the best defense, but they played early in the season. It was 3-2. Bournemouth actually had more shots and expected goals, and Bournemouth hasn't lost since then. That was January 3rd, I believe. And Bournemouth's been generating opportunities lately, even if the goals have not been coming. They've been shut out a couple times recently, but they had 2 expected goals in 2 of those games. So everything seems okay for Bournemouth under the surface. Also a chance. Just mostly Arsenal. Yeah, I think they give up a goal here. Bournemouth, the style that they play should work well against Arsenal from a counterattacking standpoint. So both teams to score minus 120.
Arsenal, Bournemouth, both teams to score minus 120. BTTS. On an unrelated note, BTS, all back from military service. They're all on a global tour. Should point that out as well.
Tomorrow, goodness for that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Fulham, double chance at Liverpool. Explain the double chance to us once again.
Double chance, win or draw, or plus half a goal. You can find different names in different books. So you're getting, double chance at it. That's the name. This is the old bad spot, as you like to say, for Liverpool. They had Champions League last week or on Wednesday. They lost to PSG. They host them on Tuesday. So this is one of those sandwich games that I would usually expect Liverpool to rotate a lot of guys, but their bench is really thin. Number of starters out with injuries already. So not sure which way it's going to go from a play the same tired guys standpoint or bring in some new faces standpoint, but either way, it's good for Fulham. Liverpool's lost 3 straight in all comps. Haven't looked that good in any of them. Only 1 win in their last 6. At Fulham, they're a solid mid-table team. 1 loss in their last 5. They played fairly well on the road lately. Again, decent mid-table team. The offense has been clicking. They're sturdy defensively. So I like the shot here for Fulham double chance plus 130.
Plus 130. Fulham double chance at Liverpool. Liverpool in the bad spot. Then Sunday, Chelsea and Man City are playing. How are you playing this?
Here's your aforementioned Chelsea mess. It's mostly on the defensive side. Injuries all over the back line. A couple center backs and Colwell and Chalobah both out with injuries. Last 5 games in that stretch, they've given up 3 to Everton. They gave up 8 across 2 games to PSG. And Man City has been looking pretty decent since they got knocked out of Champions League by Real Madrid. They beat Arsenal 2-0 in the League Cup final. They beat Liverpool 4-0 last week. The offense is really clicking. Some of the early season, mid-season transfers really starting to hum, and Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth and Jeremy Doku has been looking great on the wing. So the offense is good. Defense has been pretty solid for City lately, actually. So I think that we're going to have a lot of goals here because it's going to open up one way or the other. And this is, again, we're at the point in the season where, it's like the NBA. What matters to whom? City's really got to go for the win. They have to win this game. Then they host Arsenal next week. That's really their only shot at the title is, basically win out the rest of the season. So every game's big for City. I think they'll go for it, and that'll open it up and lead to goals.
All right, Arsenal, Bournemouth, both teams to score tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Fulham double chance at Liverpool. That's at plus 130. Shop around. Sunday, Chelsea, Man City over 3.5 goals at plus 135. Paul expecting a whole bunch of goals to be scored in that one. Paul, I talk about the sports betting calendar. The March Madness leads into the Masters. Obviously, the NFL draft is right around the corner, the Kentucky Derby. And then I kind of stop there because I'm like, okay, then it's like tennis and golf majors. I keep forgetting it's the World Cup, man. It begins on June 11th, and FIFA just added new, even more expensive tiers of tickets for this year's World Cup, asking up to $4,105 for a front Category 1 seat at the U.S.-Paraguay game in Inglewood on June 12th. Last week, FIFA had asked for a top price of $2,735 for those same seats, but now added the new front category. You going to any of these, and are you paying that kind of coin?
Yes, is the short answer. I have 14 tickets to the games in Kansas City across different games.
Wow.
And so trying to figure out, what do we keep? What do we sell? But if you sell, I want to resell something on FIFA's site, they'll take 15% of the selling of what I sell it for. Plus they'll take a buyer's fee for whoever's getting it that way. So FIFA is just raking in money. I have friends who have literally last row seats at Arrowhead for $500.
Remind us who you got. Remind us what you have as bets real quick.
Let's see. Ecuador to win their group, Group E. I'll throw a golden boot at you if you're interested. Rafinha from Brazil, plus 3,300.
Okay.
I like it. We're obviously early, things could change, but if you want a long shot right now, Rafinha, golden boot, 3,300.
Right. Let's do more World Cup next time you're on. It's coming.
You bet.
Paul
It's
Carr.
coming before you know it.
Before you know it. Paul Carr. Paul, great to see your face. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to see you. Even you, Kelly.
Paul Carr, everybody. Masters update and more. Coming back on A Numbers Game.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Your favorite VSiN shows and personalities are now available to download as podcasts. Catch every hour of our live broadcast with VSiN Best Bets, or find your go-to show and download it directly. Get instant reactions to last night's games, sharp analysis on today's biggest matchups, and everything in between. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just catching up, VSiN lets you take the action with you wherever and whenever you want. Search VSiN on your favorite podcast platform and get in on the action with VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
numbers game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Hey, check them out. It's our friends at JustWinBetsBaby.com. JustWinBetsBaby.com. Free picks backed by real analysis. That's Just Win Bets, baby. Mathematical models, AI-driven best bets across NFL, college hoops, NBA, NHL, UFC, soccer, and more. Plus a live weekend preview every Friday. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on X, and get their free daily best bets newsletter at JustWinBetsBaby.com. You can scan the QR code for more. These two guys have names? We want to give them a shout? Go with Just Win Bets, baby?
Yeah, go over to the website. Check it out.
All right. Nice of them to chime in.
It's going on at Augusta.
Right, here we go.
Sam Burns is 5 under. Sam Burns. Patrick Reed is 4 under. Pete Reed. Kirkitty, I'm a 3 under. Shane Lowry, 3 under. Irishman. That's what's going on at Augusta.
That's our old friend Chris Vernon.
What's going on at Augusta?
From the Chris Vernon Show. He does a show at the Ringer too.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Take something as prim and proper as Augusta, a tradition unlike any other, and then just defile it with whatever he's doing there.
I had never seen this before. Apparently he's been doing it for a couple of years now. Buddhist Man had to educate me on it.
It's fantastic. Whatever he's doing, it's fantastic.
It's glorious.
Sorry about it.
I hope to be half as entertaining as that one day.
That's just going on at Augusta. All right, Serrano Cristea plus 210 dog. You're in a first set tiebreaker. Let's make it happen. What could go wrong?
We just played 20 seconds of it, too. The one from yesterday is worth watching all 7 minutes of it. Because he does, like, the cheesy, like, Jim Nance lead-in, right? With, like, the music
does.
He's like,
yes.
It names all the stupid flowers, like
That's
magnolias and pimento cheeses.
DJ Jams. Hey, Gil, have you seen a hamburglar on the loose this morning? Zach Cohen said I can trust her with my lunch money, and she stole it. I should have known better. He's talking about Yelena Ostapenko lost in 3 sets to Elena Gabriela Ruse. I had a lean on Ruse. Asked me if I played it. Nope, didn't. Kind of hate myself now, but that tells me that the clay numbers are starting to manifest a little bit. Matt adds, by the way, bad beat last night. Calgary money line and plus 1.5. 2-0 to 2-2 with 30 seconds left. Review offsides back to 2-1. Empty net lose 3-1. Oh, it's brutal. That one that we were talking about earlier was Xander Bogaerts in the Grand Slam, as Stevie Fezzik will tell us later. That affected the Grand Salami last night, too.
God, love it when something like that affects the Grand Salami.
Trip Tepper. This illustrates how tough the conditions were late yesterday. Haotong Lee finished at -1 early in the day. His odds to finish round 1 in the top 10 was 30-1. That bet cashed. Might be we're looking at early finishers today in that market. That's a great call from Trip.
Yep. Absolutely.
If it plays out the same way, that's a great call. Ryan Hyatt, Friday's a numbers game shows known internally at VSiN as the day we see if the 7-second delay and dump button still works. Cash and tickets is what it's all about. He's talking about the potty mouths that are Chris Felica and Steve Fezzik a little later on.
Chris Foster has it easy today. He's on graphics, so Evan's getting the test with that.
All right, Evan.
Yeah.
Be on alert. James Fessler. Hey, Gil, I saw that True Media Sports and Paul Carr have an open soccer project manager position. So if Kelly starts talking Heidenhelm relegation and other random Bundesliga stats, he might be treating the segment as a job interview.
Oh, man. I wish I would have seen that before, Paul.
James, that's a good point. It's a very good point. Jason McKinney, I had a 5-hour work drive yesterday, got to sweat a Reed and Rose first-round leader, 41-1 and 35-1. I love the Masters, but y'all made that first round. Y'all made the first round and a boring drive much more exciting. Only a cash would have made that boring drive better. Thank you very much. Love the show. Let's go Reds. Thank you, Jason, for all of that. Mike Rouse, what's up with the foul language from Kelly? Did he place a Kalshi bet on himself? What do you have a foul? Oh, yeah, the gross. You said you're making gross bets in the NBA. He didn't like that language. Didn't like that language.
Let's say ass.
Clutching his
pearls. Donkey.
Clutching his pearls. Last name Nash. Was Kelly referring to the Wizards or his Masters outright bets when saying ugly blank talk?
Yeah, it works too, but it works for both.
No Emu Doug. I love your show. When I leave the room, I would swear that an Abbott and Costello movie is on. Kelly sounds like Costello yelling, Abbott. You're probably both too young for that. Yeah, well, Abbott and Costello, black and white, we're all too young for that. But I do but I do know. I mean, I think Abbott and Costello is enough in the culture where everybody knows who they are. Roger Jones, way to go, Randy McKay, and a big thank you to a Numbers Game and crew for being one of those places that politics is not present. The importance of this cannot be understated when we're being inundated with it. Thank you guys immensely. Oh yeah. Even when we do political betting, we do it apolitically speaking. That's what we do. I'll go on. There's plenty of tweets, but we'll overrun the segment if we continue. So we'll get to the rest here moving up. I just want to update the leaderboard at the Masters. As we promised we would, Sam Burns, Rory McIlroy, again, the leaders after round 1. They remain the leaders in the clubhouse, 5 under. As my scoreboard updates here.
Chris Goddard up 1 under through 3.
There
He's
you go.
1 under for the tournament.
There you go, Chris.
Jordan Spieth, who, sorry, I kind of snorted during your live read because I saw him miss a 2-foot birdie putt.
You hate that dude.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be. I might be mad this week. I didn't end up with any bets on him. He was the highest rated guy for me this week, Gil, that I did not end up betting at all. He is 1 under through 3. Brooks Koepka 1 under through 3, 1 under for the tournament. Justin Rose gives 1 back. He's 1 under for the tournament. Justin Thomas 1 under on his round brings him 1 under for the tournament.
Low round so far today. Both Wyndham Clark and Tyrrell Hatton, they're both 2 under. Wyndham Clark gave 1 back. Wyndham Clark is 2 under through 10. Tyrrell Hatton 2 under through 4. Clark is 3 shots back. Tyrrell Hatton even par 5 shots back. And Scotty Scheffler has teed off this morning. He parred hole number 1, which is what he did yesterday as well. And then he eagled and birdied right out of the chute. And then the rest of the round, everything was a par except for 1 hole he had a bogey. That was it for Scotty Scheffler yesterday, as he played a very treacherous course. Really well, to be honest with you, given the conditions.
Yeah, he did. It was, I don't know about you, but just watching that, it was like he survived and played well.
At first, I was like, he's going to obliterate first round leader score.
I thought so too. Yeah. Rory, though, was literally the only single golfer that I watched yesterday, and I was like, he's playing good golf. Because otherwise, the course was just so tough. The course was so tough, everybody else was just felt like they were battling through it.
Would you say he was getting fortunate, though, with some of what transpired with him?
Yes, but I think I'm not worried about his game.
No, I'm not either.
He had bad off the tee numbers yesterday, and he had bad off the tee numbers and good putting numbers. We usually talk about putting regressing. Yeah, sure, it will probably regress throughout the tournament for what he did yesterday. But, we've seen Rory have great putting weeks. It's not going to surprise me, and he knows these greens well. But he will not be as bad off the tee as he was yesterday. That is one of the most consistent parts of his game.
Before Feliga gets here, and again, 13 days away from the first round of the NFL draft, just a brief glance at some player draft positions again. Jeremiah Love is getting pretty interesting. Jeremiah Love was mocked to go number 4 to the Titans by almost everybody 2-3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then you saw, a couple Washingtons, but then Washington signed a couple backs, right? Shad White, Jerome Ford. So you're like, Washington doesn't even think he's going to get to 7. But then there was a lot of folks mocking Jeremiah Love at 5 to the Giants as well. His over is minus 190 now. Does this mean the Titans are not taking him at 4?
Maybe, but I would still. We talked about it last week. I still haven't seen many times that he's outside of 5. It's been 4 or 5.
But I haven't seen that many times where it's either 4 or 5. I did see some Giants.
That's what, last week we talked about those top 5 bets. I think it was minus 140 last week. I'll look up what it was right now. That's a bet I'm still considering. Look, man, you, I, and Danny were talking about Travis Hunter last night. After Ashton Genty last year, my heart wants to say, what are we doing, NFL teams? You really, the Titans or a bad NFL team's going to go grab a running back. You have so many other things to work on.
Sonny Styles is at 5.5. His under is juiced at minus 140. Sonny Styles, maybe more than any other player in this draft, I have no idea where he's going.
I kind of want to ask Felica about him, what he's hearing, because my instinct with him is, look, I get that he's a stellar freak athlete, but at that position, I still kind of lean over.
I have seen him mocked at 7, 4, 5, and 5.
Yeah. No, I've seen a lot of that too. And the guys still want to play the over.
Carnell Tate, his teammate from Ohio State. Carnell Tate. I have seen Carnell Tate is lined at 7.5. The under is super juiced at minus 260. But I don't know if Carnell Tate's going before 7.5.
Nope, me either.
I've seen him at 8.
Yep.
I've seen him at 6. I've seen him at 6. I've seen him at 8.
We talked to Chris the other day about him. There's not consensus that he's the first wide receiver to go.
And Reuben Bain Jr. is a conundrum here also, right? As high as 2, though I'm not staring at a 2, but I remember I saw somewhere it was a 2. I see a 3 at Arizona, but also Ruben Bain Jr. at 7 to Washington, at 8 to New Orleans, at 9 to Kansas City. Ruben Bain Jr. is at 8.5, so I wouldn't touch that. I guess what I'm saying is, with a lot of these guys, I have no real feel for this draft in a way that, like, at least in some previous drafts, I'm like, oh, okay, at least we know that this guy's